Most people start January saying they want to lose weight, and most people give up by the time they hit February. But here's the thing, weight is not a behavior. It actually makes a pretty terrible New Year's resolution. Today, I'm sharing 7 evidence-based health resolutions that are going to be better than weight loss. Things that increase your energy, improve your metabolism, improve your blood sugar, and are going to be better than having to focus on the scale. And here's the kicker. They might actually help you achieve a healthy body weight too. I'm Kara, a registered dietitian for young and middle-aged adults who are looking to reduce their risk of developing chronic diseases. Today's video is about the things I wish people would set as their goals rather than focusing on weight. The first resolution that I would recommend instead of weight loss is improving your blood sugar. 98 million Americans have prediabetes and hardly any of them know it. That could be you. I have another video where I share common signs and symptoms of high blood sugar or prediabetes, and I will link it down in the description if you are trying to figure out if you have some of them. Even if you're not sure, improving your insulin sensitivity can improve your energy, metabolism, sleep, metabolic health, reproductive health, and reduce your long-term disease risk. Small changes like eating more balanced meals, walking after lunch, doing some resistance training, or adding fiber to your day can all make really drastic improvements in your insulin sensitivity, and they're tangible goals that we can set and work towards. If improving your blood sugar sounds like the right goal for you for 2026, I am actually starting a free pre-diabetes playbook series on January 5th, and I would love to have you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell to be notified when those videos start getting posted, and sign up at the link down in the description of this video, because when you sign up, I will send you a PDF that has a calendar for the whole pre-diabetes playbook. It will also have a free meal plan in there. You don't have to cook to follow that meal plan. I don't really like to cook. And it also has some exercise recommendations that are also going to help you improve your insulin sensitivity. So if that sounds good, I would love to have you join the January series. Let's start your 2026 the right way, improving your blood sugar. That is all free. Everything will be doable from home. And that is really why I started this YouTube channel, is to help folks who don't have the time or the money or the desire to see a dietitian in person or join one of these types of programs that are meeting on a weekly basis. We just don't all have time for that sort of thing. The second New Year's resolution that you could choose instead of weight loss would be increasing your NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. NEAT refers to all the movement that you do in a day that isn't specifically a workout. NEAT can be a huge contributor to better blood sugar, heart health, a more stable body weight, less stress, less anxiety. Even just 10 extra minutes of movement in the day can work wonders for both the body and the mind. It doesn't have to be high intensity exercise. It doesn't require any equipment. You can do it in any weather. It could be a walk around the neighborhood, a dance break in the middle of the day, playing with your dog, pacing around your house while you talk on the phone, or do kind of a verbal diary. I've done that in the past. I just have a lot of thoughts rolling around my head and I just go for a walk or pace while I kind of make a voice note. Helps me get out my anxiety, but I'm also moving my body in a way that they both kind of work together to help me work that anxiety out. Maybe you've heard that we need 10,000 steps a day. Science is actually saying we probably need closer to 7,000 to reduce our risk of developing chronic diseases, but personalize it for you. Just do a little bit more than what you did in 2025. Another health-focused resolution that you could set would be prioritizing sleep. And I don't necessarily mean going to bed 15 minutes earlier or setting a specific bedtime. That doesn't always work for people. But try to reframe in your mind protecting 7 to 9 hour window where you can adequately rest for the next day. Sleep quality, quantity, and sleep hygiene all matter in how effective that sleep is going to be for your body. When you're well rested, every other thing that you want to do gets easier. Do you want to eat better? Well, adequate sleep reduces your cravings for high sugar and high calorie foods. You want to exercise more. Well, being well rested means you're going to have the energy to actually get that workout in. Do you want to have a better mood, be more productive, or just be a more present human being? Sleep is foundational to all of those things. The fourth health resolution you could choose, and a personal favorite of mine, would be adding 5 to 10 grams of fiber to your daily intake. Now, 5 grams of fiber is basically one average size pear with the skin on, half an avocado, half a cup of raspberries or dry oats, or one serving of Metamucil. Fiber improves your blood sugar, your A1C, your cardiovascular health, your gut health, and typically helps us maintain a stable body weight. The recommendation is to eat 25 to 35 grams of fiber per day. Most Americans are only getting about a third to half of that. You'll feel fuller, more energized, and best of all, you will have more predictable, healthier bowel movements. And I think that that is something we all want in 2026. Now, there will be more about fiber in the prediabetes playbook in January. If you want a little bit of a preview, you can watch this video. The fifth health resolution that you could set would be reducing your added sugar intake by 25%. Now, I'm not the type of dietitian who is going to tell you that you have to entirely cut out dessert. I'm not willing to do that, and so you don't have to do that either. But most Americans are far surpassing the recommended amount of added sugar in a day. And that recommendation is not zero. You can have some added sugar in the day and still live a completely healthy, chronic disease-free life. To find the places where you are getting the most added sugar, you will probably need to look at the nutrition labels, but most people are getting big amounts of added sugar from beverages, things like pop, energy drinks, fancy coffee, pastries, sauces, even foods that seem like they would be healthy, like granola or protein bars, or even flavored Greek yogurts. There tend to be a lot of sugar in those items as well. Take a look at the foods that you are grabbing and see if you can make some switches to a diet or zero sugar version, or replace something in there with a natural sugar from fruit. Now, if you are oftentimes having things like honey or agave or maple syrup, those are considered added sugars too. So be careful, because I know those are natural, but they work in the body the same way as those other added sugars in sweets. Cutting back on those things can drastically improve your triglycerides, your liver fat, insulin resistance, and cravings. Number 6, create a phone-free first hour of the day or a phone-free nightly routine. Your circadian rhythm and your anxiety will thank you for this one. Less evening screen time equals better sleep quality, which equals better metabolic health. I promise. I don't know about you, but when I have a phone-free first hour of the day, I am just in a better mood all day. It gives me time to sit down and eat breakfast, maybe consume something that isn't the most enraging news of the day, and maybe move my body a little bit like we talked about, because I'm not staring at my phone as soon as I wake up in the morning. In November, I started using a brick device to help me control my own screen time in the evening, and I have found it is actually super effective. Maybe you've seen these ads as well, but it's a little device that will block or turn off all of the apps on your phone that you tend to scroll or just mindlessly spend time on. This is not sponsored by Brick, but I will put a link down in the description of this video, because I do find it to be a really effective tool, no matter what your goals or New Year's resolutions are, because it prevents us from just getting stuck looking at our phone. Health resolution number 7, set up your environment for success. This one might actually be the first thing you want to implement in 2026. And that is because environmental triggers are the number one thing that will keep you stuck in your old patterns. Despite what you or others might think, we're not inherently lazy. We're just overwhelmed with the onslaught of daily life. I know I am. But if you can make the healthy choice, the easy choice, or the default choice, you are just so much more likely to stick to these new healthy habits for a lot longer. That might mean changing the types of foods that you keep in the house. It might mean buying a walking pad for your office or sleeping in your workout clothes, buying the brick device and having it automatically set up so you can't look at certain apps in certain times of the day. All these things just reduce the amount of motivation that you need. We all know that our motivation is going to go down at some point. That's why they call the second Friday in January Quitter's Day. But if you change your surroundings, you can change your behaviors. If you set this one up as your New Year's resolution, you are setting yourself up for success the rest of the year, no matter what goals you want to achieve. And most people need some outside accountability to keep them on their healthy habits. This is another reason why I would love for you to join the Prediabetes Playbook series in January. I'm going to be putting out those videos weekly. I'm accountable to you to make the videos, and you're accountable to me and everybody else who is leaving comments on the videos to stick with it. I'm going to give you the tools you need to start 2026 improving your metabolic health without having to be obsessed with the scale. And it's all free. 3 videos a week, customizable meal plan that you don't have to cook a bunch, and exercise recommendations that you can do at home or in the gym, depending on what you are into. So click that link down in the description, sign up for the playbook. You will get everything you need right into your inbox, and I will see you on January 5th. If you're not already a subscriber, I would love if you subscribe to the channel. My goal for 2026 is to get to 1,000 subscribers. If I can do that, then YouTube will start to pay me for this evidence-based content instead of you having to pay me, which just means I can make this channel more sustainable and I can put out more content for you. And if you are still wondering if maybe you are dealing with high blood sugar or insulin resistance, check out this video next that has 10 warning signs, and you can see if you recognize any of them in yourself. I will see you in the next one.